I was a typical teenager. I enjoyed video games, hanging out with friends, and riding his bike around the neighborhood. But deep down, I always felt a little different from my classmates. There was a mystery in my family that he could never quite understand, especially about my mother, Lisa. My mother was a single mom who worked long hours. She often left the house at odd times and always seemed to be on her phone. I always noticed that she would sometimes come home wearing different clothes, but I never thought much of it. I loved her and trusted her completely. One Friday evening, I was home alone when I found a strange book in my mom's room. The book was filled with notes and strange symbols. Curious, I started flipping through the pages. Suddenly, he heard a key turning in the lock. My heart raced as he quickly hid the book under my bed. "Hey, Mom!" I called out as I tried to act normal. Mother walked in, smiling as she always did. She seemed tired but happy to see him. "Hey, Ethan! How was your day?" she asked, tossing her keys on the kitchen counter. "It was all right," I replied, pretending to focus on my video game, but I couldn't stop thinking about the book. What was it doing in her room? The next day, driven by curiosity, I decided to follow my mom. I watched as she drove to a tall building downtown. It was near the old warehouse district. I parked my bike and hid behind a car, waiting patiently. After a while, I saw my mother meet a man in a suit. They talked, and then Lisa handed him something. My heart raced. What was going on? I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. When his mom returned home, I confronted her. "Mom, what were you doing at that building?" Lisa's smile faded. She took a deep breath. "Ethan, there's something I need to tell you." Before she could explain, there was a loud knock at the door. Lisa's eyes widened with fear. She quickly opened the door, revealing 3 men in suits. "Lisa Parker, you are under arrest," one of the men said, pulling out handcuffs. I stood frozen, shock washing over him. "Mom, why?" "I'm sorry, Ethan. I didn't want you to find out like this," my mom whispered, tears in her eyes. I felt confused and betrayed. My mother was an undercover FBI agent, and now I felt like everything I knew about her had changed in an instant. The room felt heavy as he watched them take her away, leaving him with more questions than answers.